Well, joining us today to discuss this topic is Kosha Gada, a media commentator and founder and CEO of Recastle, and that's a media and tech incubator, by the way, an advisory firm. Kosha Gardner, look, that's the end of it. That's what it wrote. That introduction, written by ChatGPT, it went out of its way to point out, look, it was pretty good when I was doing an introduction to how it's pretty bad. And by, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak and dozens of other tech leaders, they've just signed an open letter saying, hang on, it's actually a threat to civilization. But they'd had me reading out how, oh, look, it says wonderful things. So how concerned should we be?
Yeah, not bad, Andrew. I have to say that you just attached that to a hologram and I can go home. That was just the segment and the framing right there. And, the remarkable thing is it probably pumped it out in a matter of seconds, whereas it would take a human writer a little bit longer than that to do that. And I think that sort of makes the civilizational threat point. Look, AI innovation is at an inflection point right now, and it's a really pernicious issue because lots of very, very smart people, such as some of those you just mentioned, don't agree with what's happening and is it ultimately a force for good or a force for evil even. And, I would boil it down this way, that on the one side of the ledger, the trade-off ledger is you take it to its endpoint, it just really accelerates computing power and analytical power, which is going to turbocharge innovation unlike anything we've ever seen. Think of applications for that in medicine, accelerating the pace with which we find cures for cancer and Alzheimer's and things like that, or irrigation and solving poverty and hunger and all of that. On the flip side, the negative thing is the Frankensteinian nightmare. Yeah, well, the speech, but even like the end state of it is
it has me saying things more positive than I possibly would do.
Yeah, and that's one issue, that ultimately if machines are taking over speech and a free expression and thought, it's kind of the next level of what we're seeing already happening with kind of the internet and search engines and all of that influencing thought and opinion and information access. For sure, it might displace hundreds of millions of jobs, such as, we're joking that we can go home, but, that you can see how that could happen, including artistic jobs and white-collar jobs that we believe need the human touch, maybe not. And then the logical endpoint of that is, I was saying, a Frankensteinian nightmare, which is the idea that humans' best creation will ultimately overpower us and, we lose control of our own destiny, lose interhuman connection, lose connection with the divine, and, fail to recognize life as we know it on the planet itself.
And also lose control of arguments when they tell us what to think. I mean, incredible. Kosha Gada, thank you so much indeed for your time.